If you're hunting for a sleek, wireless mechanical keyboard, you've probably come across the Keychron K1. It promises to be ultra-slim, comfortable, and packed with features like low-profile optical switches and Bluetooth 5.1 connectivity. But here's what surprised me. While it looks like the perfect keyboard for work, home, or light gaming, there are some hidden issues that could cost you comfort, convenience, and maybe even your sanity. Stick around because in this honest review, I'm breaking down why the Keychron K1 might not be the dream keyboard you've been waiting for, but also why some of its flaws might not be deal breakers depending on your setup. First up, who is the Keychron K1 actually for? If you're a Mac user craving a slim keyboard with Mac multimedia keys, but also compatibility with Windows and Android, well, it's designed with you in mind. Plus, if you juggle multiple devices, like a laptop, smartphone, and tablet, its Bluetooth 5.1 tech switching between three devices sounds like a multitasker's paradise. But what if I told you that this multitasking magic comes with caveats that can turn from awesome to annoying fast? So, hold on tight as we dive deeper. Let's talk design. This keyboard is impressively thin, only 18 millimeters thick, making it one of the slimmest mechanical keyboards out there. The full aluminum body looks premium and is durable, but here's the first rub. That slim profile means less key travel compared to traditional mechanical keyboards. If you're a fan of the satisfying click and hefty keypress resistance, you might find the Keychron K1's low-profile optical switches a bit too soft or shallow. They're designed to reduce finger fatigue with less force required, but some typists report missing that tactile feedback punch. Now you might be thinking, optical switches sound fancy, right? And yes, the Keychron K1's hot swappable optical switches are innovative. They let you change switches without soldering. However, these are low-profile optical switches unique to Keychron, and here's the kicker. They're not compatible with standard MX-style switches. So, if you dream of customizing with a vast range of switch brands and types, you're pretty much stuck with Keychron's ecosystem. That's a bummer for custom keyboard enthusiasts who love mixing and matching their feel and sound. A quick joke break: why don't keyboards ever get tired? Because they always take shift breaks. But seriously, this keyboard slimness could be a blessing or a curse, depending on your typing style. If you come from a traditional mechanical keyboard background, the reduced travel and softer actuation may feel like typing on clouds. If you prefer strong tactile feedback, it can feel a bit like typing on cotton candy, pleasant but lacking substance. Let's switch gears and look at connectivity, which should be a highlight. The K1 connects via Bluetooth 5.1 to up to 3 devices, letting you switch between your phone, tablet, and laptop effortlessly. However, Bluetooth on mechanical keyboards can sometimes introduce latency, especially noticeable in gaming or fast typing. While Keychron does advertise Bluetooth 5.1 for reliable connections, some users have reported occasional drops or lag, especially in environments with multiple wireless signals. Of course, this isn't a deal breaker for casual users, but competitive gamers might raise an eyebrow. For wired purists, the USB Type-C connection promises stable, low-latency communication. But here comes another snag. The software and drivers for customizing keys and RGB lighting can feel limited. The K1 offers 18 RGB backlight colors and brightness settings, which is neat for mood setting, but the customization options don't extend much beyond that. If you enjoy deep RGB customization and programmable macros, you may find the K1 software a bit sparse. Another quick rehook: are the K1's features truly tailored to your workflow? Think about it. If you're primarily a Mac user needing multimedia keys and a minimalistic design, it could be perfect. But if you want full-blown Windows key remapping or complex macros, the K1 might leave you wanting. So hold your horses before pulling the trigger. Battery life is one strong point. The K1 sports a 2000 mAh battery that promises up to 110 hours of use with the backlight off. That's excellent endurance for anyone who hates charging gadgets every day. Even with the RGB on, you can expect solid usage time, so it suits office workers, writers, and students who want a wireless setup without constant interruptions. Story time. I remember unboxing the K1, drooling over its sleekness and light weight, perfect for my crowded desk. But after a day of typing, I noticed my fingers felt a bit more fatigued than usual, counterintuitive for a keyboard that boasts reduced force. It wasn't painful, but the altered typing feel took some adjustment, especially since my fingers were trained on more traditional, deeper travel keyboards. So, unless you like breaking your typing habits, brace yourself. Time for another joke. Why did the computer keyboard get promoted? Because it was outstanding in its field. But seriously, the K1 definitely stands out visually and feature-wise. Its 87-key tankless layout saves desk space, and the aluminum body screams quality. The inclusion of extra keycaps for both Windows and Mac users is a thoughtful touch, making it versatile across systems. So what about gaming? The Keychron K1 is marketed as suitable for light gaming, but many gamers might find it falling short. The combination of low-profile keys and optical switches means the keyboard is responsive, but might lack the robust feel desired for extended gaming sessions. Plus, the occasional Bluetooth latency and lack of full anti-ghosting or N-key rollover tech, which serious gamers seek, can be limiting. If gaming is your main focus, a dedicated gaming keyboard might serve you better. Rehook time. What's your priority? Style and multitasking flexibility or deep customization and gaming performance? The K1 leans more heavily on the former, so keep that in mind. Overall, despite these drawbacks, the Keychron K1 has racked up a solid 4.3-star rating on Amazon. Users love the build quality, compact footprint, and decent battery life. However, common critical notes focus on the low-profile switches feeling different from classic mechanical keyboards, the limited customization software, and intermittent Bluetooth behavior. These aren't deal breakers for everyone but are important considerations. Here's a joke to lighten things up. Why did the computer go to therapy? It had too many bytes to process. In all seriousness, if you're on the fence, here's my take. The K1 version 5 is a fantastic choice for Mac users who need a stylish, minimalist, wireless keyboard with solid battery life and decent typing comfort. It's especially convenient if you're switching between multiple devices regularly. Just don't expect it to replace a full-fledged mechanical keyboard experience or a pro gaming setup. In conclusion, don't buy the Keychron K1 expecting perfection across the board. But if you want a keyboard that looks great, feels comfortable enough for daily tasks, and works seamlessly across Mac, Windows, and Android devices with easy multi-device Bluetooth switching, it's a worthy contender. For the price point, usually around $100 to $130 depending on deals, it delivers value in style and versatility. If some of its limitations don't bother you, or if you prioritize the Mac-friendly layout and compact profile, the Keychron K1 could be your next keyboard to up your typing game. But before you pull the trigger, make sure you check the current prices because Amazon prices can change fast, and you want to snag the best deal while it lasts. I've dropped a link in the description below for the latest pricing and availability. So, what's the final verdict? The Keychron K1 has its quirks and imperfections, but it's far from a bad keyboard, just not perfect for everyone. If you've got different priorities, like hardcore gaming or deep customization, you might want to explore other options. But if your goal is a sleek, multi-device wireless keyboard with excellent battery life and Mac compatibility, the K1 might just be the sleek companion your desk needs. Thanks for tuning in to this honest review. If you enjoyed this breakdown and want me to cover more tech gear like this, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and ring the bell for notifications. And remember, Check out the link below for the best price on the Keychron K1 before it fluctuates. Happy typing, and may your keyboard clicks be ever satisfying.